and economics. Have them going so kinky. Me draw from me Rasta man song, me bring the drum. Me call
For those of you who just joining in right now,
crazy.
pick it up over there on YouTube.
Yeah, bring the ISIS. How I'm busy.
This is Iroots from Riddim Dubplate Radio on a Friday night.
Judge and them bun them.
Each and every Friday.
Singing big. Well, you don't know what's from my
Musical information show. So make sure you keep it locked right there.
Emperor Selassie, then I wrote Jogi and Steve. I know it is a must for us to make it home. To them you're gnashing of teeth. I tell you, go and protect us. Holy Emmanuel, knees could and never get weak. I know it is a must. Oh, for us to make it home. To them you're gnashing of teeth. On seat, these are those who constantly they have been placing the rocks and the traps, leaving them snares laying. And then wish we all do them head be falling. Yet in them place the witness die uprising. Feeling tired making it onto my way. No apology, fire burn, high society. Every day, as we rest.
Talk about foundation. Here's a brother from the days of foundation. I'm introducing it to you. But in the meantime,
you're turning inside. It's a feeling I can't hide. Ever since you've been gone, it's hard for me to carry on. I can't stand it. Oh, I can't stand it.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. There's so many things going on. There's so many topics going on. There's so many people talking about so many things, huh? But tonight we're gonna talk about I wouldn't say it's a I wouldn't say it's a controversy, but I would say it's a debate between Ricky Trooper and David Radigon.
I can't stand it.
Where Chin from Chat Radio is on in the middle as the referee.
Oh, I can't stand
He got one point of view. Well, here's another point of view tonight, all right? So I'm going to bring in your brother from the foundation. And we're talking about the foundation. We play the foundation. We know people from the foundation also, too. And everybody want to have their 2 piece or their 1 cents or their 50 cents or their own opinion of the topic. So we're going to discuss that tonight. Yeah. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to be talking to brother Desmond right here tonight. Live and direct from Jamaica. Brother Desmond, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Russell, well, welcome to the show. This is Riddim WSM Radio, and I know you're a staunch listeners from this show, all right? So, just to make people know, for sure, you know, disclaimer, I'm not taking sides with anybody, you know, not or anything like that, because Ricky Trooper is a virgin of mine, same way. When Nebula was launched in St. Elizabeth, in Vineyard St. Elizabeth, Ricky Trooper was the man who launched that, okay? So, David Radigon also is a pioneer in the business, in the dancehall business and sound system business from London, England, who I have so many respect for also, and the man has put in his dues and he earned his respect, so he got my respect. So big up every time, David Radigon from Riddim WSM Radio. Okay, but there are a lot of people who are talking about the origin of Dubplate, how it started. Brother Desmond, I want you to introduce yourself to the people and what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Yeah, well, I am a person who have been playing sound even much longer than Ricky Trooper, because I love the music in a way that, I used to follow the sounds. Even at a young age, I was like out on the road following a lot of the sounds, in the early days.
So, I want you to give me the name of some early sound that you were around or went out to listen to when they played back in the days.
Well, you add a lot of sound like, Ken Tune.
Yeah.
That should have come from where Supercat originated from, but that was long before even Supercat born.
Yeah. Could I'm getting a feedback from your music over there. Could you turn on your radio a little bit or your speaker a bit? Just a little bit. Yeah. So I don't get so much feedback.
All right. Hold on. Give me a second.
Talking to brother Desmond live and direct from Kingston, Jamaica today.
I'm waiting for your true love.
Brother was going to give his opinion and a point of view, along with mine, of course, on the Dubplate business. The whole debate between Ricky Trooper and David Radigon. Who was who and who start what?
And I never knew just what your love could do, but I always.
You're back up, right, brother Desmond?
Yeah, but I was like, really and truly, I was really a person that follow sound like, Tubbies and them people. Even at those times, you had like Jammies there now used to be King Tubby's apprentice. He used to learn the electrical trade with Tubbies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because even the first Jammies sound was one of Tubby's sound system that was destroyed in Montego Bay by, some police went and they damaged the sound that, and Jammies took those amps and he rebuilt them, and that's how we started off the first Jammies Hi-Fi.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's some history there, right there. Well, a lot of people. Well, I start following sound from way back from people like King Bayer and Wasp and of course the same Tubbies and King Atani. Remember King Atani?
Yeah, well, King Atani was actually a soul sound. It wasn't really a rootsman sound. A lot of rootsman wouldn't follow King Atani.
True.
Because it was a soul sound, soul boy with bell foot and them kind of something there. Rootsman no follow them sound there.
Yeah. So it is said that did King Atani was bought and by a different owner and become Socialist Roots?
No, what happened, that was when Uri got his 354 bike, and he went and, did some work at a dance in the country where King Tubbies had played. And on his way back, he crashed from his bike, got his foot broken, and was in the hospital. And then Tubbies didn't come and pay him a visit, so that was where the fallout came.
Okay.
And that was when Ira started to take up more position DJing and Tubby's Hi-Fi. Uri then came to that little avenue off Henderson Avenue there where Solatani used to base, and he started to DJ there when he got better and that sound. But while he was talking, he just say, so and so played by King Atani, and that was where we pick up this name King, because after the rootsman them now start to move and follow the sound and come there just to hear Uri select and stuff like that. So Uri actually started calling it King Atani, and then it started to have a better mix of following. But then it was started to get very popular and play all over the place. But it went into the jungle to play, and it was seized by the junglists, and it was turned into Socialist Roots. You know, because because of the political situation, and that was considered that being as Tubbies come from Jumley Avenue there, so now
Yes.
would that be the bottom part in a Tower
Island
between Tower Island and Penrod Road.
back over to
So
Waterhouse.
because
Yeah.
them have you right now as a man now, even though you right in live a jungle, but when he move and come at Tower Island group now, then no man not trouble himself, but them establish as a labor right affair.
But
So
technically,
the socialists them take it away.
so I don't cut you, but technically, I consider you right to be a Waterhouse man, because this is when I used to go by his place to listen to him sound a play. To me, it was Waterhouse.
That was when he built Sturgarth.
Yes.
No, that was Kling Avenue, where his home was beside that big football field there. At that time, he was living in Tower Hill. Because, the whole Olympic way go all the way up now, go around, turn down Bay Farm Road now. From there, so go back up now would be considered Waterhouse.
Yes.
Anyway, below Bay Farm Road coming down would be considered labor rights zone and would be considered Tower Hill.
Yeah.
And then even between now, when you come on Tower Avenue now and come round now and turn on the left there now, you would come down to a little gully there, so where you cross it is under that gully then they kill say one of the baddest man, one policeman living to kill Shanky Rai, who was a half China brother, his people, them had a China shop in the Tower area there, but he became a bad guy, and then you had the pigeon gang there. So you come down now, and then you turn left at the little crossing this, and you come down to Jumley Avenue. King Tubby's will be right there. I just a stone's throw from Penrod Avenue.
Yes.
So all of this now was King Tubby's domain, Farmer Road, White Lane, Penrod Crescent, Wentworth Avenue.
See, because I know for a fact that it was King Attorney that later on become Socialist Roots.
Yeah, but it was taken away by the junglists.
Yes, well,
junglists took it away and turned it into a socialist route.
I know. I'm not talking about the process of how it. I know it was under different management, and Tony Welch and all of them managed. But I know it was that sound that becomes socialist roots.
King Attorney.
King Attorney becomes yes.
King Attorney.
Yes.
No. It was after that. No, the rising of race symbolic rise after that.
Yes, of Hagley Park Road, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Chisholm Avenue and Waltham there. So.
Yeah, yes. So Ricky Trooper now and Radigon, they have this debate that they have going on about, who played Dubplate first and who was making Dubplate. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I think from what I have been observing as a little youth, I used to be standing at the dance gate, them watching you ride them little 21 frame 9 clocks come in, and the Stubbies was the one me really start play anything that would come close to the semblance of what you call Dubplate. Actually, it wasn't calling like how they're doing it now. Wasn't calling the sound name and telling all of these tales and stuff, but you would have sound like you say. So you come to challenge the king, and all these kind of things, and always like that.
Exactly, but King Tubby's brought it to that level. King Tubby's brought it to that level where it becomes, as you were talking about the rootstical thing there, right? Well, King Tubby's brought it to what you call more of a dancehall and kind of hardcore sound thing, because King Tubby's was one of those people would call it downtown sound, playing hardcore music that you don't hear on another sound system or being played on the radio. Okay. No.
Yeah, he started it with a mixer.
Yeah.
When he made remake back those first 2 amps that he was destroyed, that in Jamis then took them up because he didn't want to use them again. Jamis took them up. The second 2 amps that he built, all of the face of those amps was chrome with some light into it,
Yeah.
and then it had 2 lights at the corner of the 2 amps.
Tube
Big,
amp. Tube,
pretty,
there were,
pretty lights on
there were
it.
tube amps. Yeah.
Yes, with KT88.
Yeah.
So each of those amps add in 8 KT88. Each of those, let's say, talking about 16 KT88. Those tubes now, when you look at them, there was like fire inside of them. You could literally look on the blue flames inside of them, blinking to the beat of the music. That is when you get a chance to see the back of the amps, you know. But because we were so little youth at the time, they didn't trouble us. We could go near them, and we always they near the sound system there, because we were like little youth, and then we started to pick up battle. They run out of the dance, you know. So we know how we used to do it now is that you used to have some set of guys that these guys were gangsters in them time, the bad guys. So when they come to the gate, from the gate man who stand there with his bag on his shoulder to put his money in, when him see one come, him just open the gate, you see 10 of them just walk in one day and the other, we just join the last one. So them don't trouble because them takes away them little, you know. So we just walk by them and then we just branch off. And then now we just start picking up battles in order to keep us inside of the dance. And then we'll put them on the counter of the man and say, yes, you go back to some house, then don't run out to the dance.
Yes, man.
Then by that now we go around and go near to the hamster and we begin to look and we begin to get a first-hand view of, you know, most everything. And then we'll pick up some more battles again and take them to the counter where they're selling the curry goats and stuff like that. So we admire the DJ, them, and we look up in a Uri face and, you understand, and get a chance now to look. And we not leave there till like sometime in the wee hours of the morning when they pack up the sound to go at a different place. Sometimes we go up on the truck to and follow them.
Okay,
So by them time they will make a little name and make some little friends for them, you know, them little youth of them look out for we.
Let us get back to the point of Dubplate, because it wasn't even called Dubplate back in those days. It was more like special. So a lot of people don't know the difference between Dubplate, you know, and special. They call everything special.
Dubplate.
There's Dubplate. They have 3 categories. You have specials, you have Dubplate, and you have songs that was done, which they call like when artists make a song for you, it's like a special, but it has more to it, and you have more impact, and you're talking about the moment when you're clashing, and probably calling up the sound man name and all of them things there. Those are called customs. So those are custom
and special.
Those are custom
but
special.
Even then, Tubby's used to like the songs that the entertainers sing. Tubby's used to still remix them, but it wasn't like he had all of these information inside of them, and sound guy and whatever, and kill and all of that, but some of the same songs them that we hear on the radio, Tubby's used to first have them playing the guys and we just say the king,
Yes, but before
you can't do the king. But
let's go back before King Tubby's, because before King Tubby's got those ideas from somebody else, right? And then there were Duke Reed and Coxon. There was Duke Reed. Those 2 sounds used to compete a lot, right?
Yeah.
They used to compete a lot.
But even before Duke Reed came into the business, Duke Reed was a police officer. And even before he came into the business, he had 2. The first one was like Tom the Great Sebastian, who was this Chinese young man, and he was like Tom Wong. He was Tom Wong. His father owned a wholesale. And then now he, more interested in getting the sound. He started it. And then when he started it now, then he picked up another rival now who began to challenge him now by the name of King Edwards.
Yeah. So
Now, King Edward was the man now who played the first thing that was closest to a semblance of a dubplate. It didn't mention King Edward's name and it didn't show any words at anybody, but anytime he played that music, it was like a signature music, which is an anthem. And it was also said by my grandfather that he had never, and my grandmother, that he had never, ever completed that music. He played it to a point now, and the people them get so familiar with it, and when the crowd dance crowd start getting to our friends, you know, we lift that needle, and then the song was never finished.
Big forward are going from long time, right? Big forward are going from long time. Yes.
Your full stand.
Yes,
and that was like his dubplate or his special.
So what that's how it started. So what I get to understand now between when Duke Reid and Coxsone, them have them like a competition thing going on. They would send for records from abroad, and when they come to Jamaica, they'll have the Jamaican artists sing over that song, that soul song or Motown song, and use it as a special.
Yeah.
And they would get the introduction with their name. Some of them would get the introduction with their name. It can only be played by Coxsone or could be played by Duke Reid. Yeah. So that's just
a little thing at the front of it.
Yes, but, just introduction.
Duke Reid, being the police officer he was, when he got involved with this woman that owned the liquor store now, and he started to place his little small box there at the front of the wholesale, and then the idea began to grow, and he started to, get into the treasure rights and stuff like that now. He was the one now who started to use a level of a type of a enforcement type of a thing and bring that into the thing now, and that was what sort of forced out, V. Edwards, which was Vincent Edwards, that is King Edwards.
Yeah.
You understand? And because of the rivalry that began to get, tense, and because of his police background and his force now, that eventually why Edwards started dip out of it, and then eventually Thomas Wang dip out of it and leave it to Coxsone and to Coxsone and Duke Reid. That was how these two people leave it to them, because they were the more ones who had enforcers around them.
Yes.
And then
the rivalry.
Prince Buster was the man now who was the chucker how to defend this and defend that, and then the next one had the person who would defend this and defend that, and then Duke Reid has his arms that he fired when he get a hit. And bore pull up a hole in the one room there where have the people them practicing too.
But
he always had a shotgun and a handgun on him, and when the people them practice in that little room there, and him hear the song and music, and you see him come in and him put the gun into the roof and him fire it. That's a hit.
So there you go again.
First time
back again.
It was said a popular female singer, when she heard the shot, she move herself.
that bring us back to people making salute at dancehall and shut a fire dance. People say po po po.
That's right.
That is coming back from way back then. Right. That's good. So now
back, yeah.
Let's get back to Tubbies now. So Tubbies from a lot of sounds come in between there and the years passes, but when Tubbies comes into action now, you start to hear the dubplate thing start to sound differently now.
Yeah, because what happened was Tubbies now, when that sound got messed up and he built that second set of amps and he put it at a show in the national arena, a Japanese group of Japanese that people came from all over the world to that trade show in the national arena, and this delegation of Japanese, when they look at the back of the Tubbies, and they was marvel that say, how can a man use, just saw the bolt and use his hand then to build amps that sounded like that? because them use different technique, and that was when he got the mixing board. And the mixing board was actually to stabilize the sound and level sounds. But Tubby's begin to understand that he could take out that sound and push up that one become a little higher, and take down that one, and then shoving back the bass round the ear. So, and that was what started to change the sound of reggae music. King Tubby's did that. Changed the sound of reggae music totally with that mixing board, and then people begin to understand now, so you could use it and take out the sound, and that was when reggae music began to change from just that one stable sound that run from the start of a record to a finish.
King of Dubs.
You could lift out. Yes, King Tubbies was the person who created that sound effect and make us started to hear music in the way we hear it now, in a different way, with that simple mixing board. He started that. But the timing thing was a thing that Coxon brought from one of his farm work thing. That went ska. So that was what gave the name of the sound, ska.
Yeah. See there?
A little thing that went, and they didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
At the studio.
See there?
And then the sound got checked and was called it ska. And that was what created ska music from there.
See, a whole different point of view again, and that. So, now, Trooper is a man who used to be on Jaro back in the days, right?
Jaro, so.
So, that is when Trooper come into this picture now, where, while he was from being a boxman at Jaro to become, a selector on Jaro. So, and Trooper start to cut sounds. Again, the Dubplate thing changes again because of Trooper.
Yes, but Trooper came to Jaro as a DJ, That was actually what he came there as. He came there to be a DJ.
Yeah.
He didn't came there to be a selector.
Yeah. So, and then eventually he went on to be a selector.
A selector.
Yeah, but Dubs were cutting before Trooper become a selector.
Yes.
Dubs was cutting before Trooper become a selector. No.
That's right. That is correct, sir.
No, David Radigon say he got into the business like, he was talking about from way back in the time of Kilimanjaro and King Tubby's, and well, he did mention King Tubby's, that he's been to King Tubby's, dance, and then he went. I forgot what he says about he went somewhere and then he hear somebody make a dub and call a sound name in it, and I say no, that sound name has been called in dub in Dubplate from way back then,
Yeah, man, from way back when.
From way back when.
Right, but it was just that there wasn't so much specific.
It's more creative. It's more creative.
Behind.
It's more creative.
Yes, more creative now.
It's more creative.
And then the Dubplate, what we called the dub at that time was something like metal that was, the wax was sprayed on it. The same vinyl that used to be the record.
It's called acetate, yeah.
Yeah, it was sprayed on that metal. So if that metal fall, that will be the end of it, because it will just flake off. And then when you put the needle in it had a totally different sound than the regular vinyl,
Okay. So the Dubplate was being cut on masters back in the days.
Exactly. Those were Dubplate, and they actually didn't carry much words more than just raw drum and bass.
Yes,
and then you had
the
special that used to be like $60, which was a lot of money at the time.
Yes, man. What you mean $60?
Because when you take out £60 and then it go to $60 to pay for a special, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Yeah, that's a lot of money back
because,
then.
sound that was paid was struggling, that could not afford to buy a special.
So they cannot then and it's the same thing today. The same thing today, and they cannot stand up to beat. Talking to brother Desmond from Jamaica, the brother who's been around the industry for quite some times, and we'll talk more about himself and the journey and how the music evolves over the year, the dance how evolves over the years. But right about now, I'm gonna play the song. Riddim Dubplate Radio. This is a musical information show. Welcome to the show.
It's raining in your life every day and night. You're so fed up with this bad love. You don't know what to do. Go find yourself a friend and ask him some good advice.
My one, pop,
Sometimes the sun shines bright, but you can't see a bit of light. You're so confused with the blues, baby, you can't find a foot of shoes. Well, something is wrong, and you just can't go on.
It's raining, and they took a lot of those older rhythms and they bring everything back. So they even start to bring back Hilanguli Hilanguli rhythm. Yeah, all of that stuff is coming back. So, brother Desmond, just in case some people
Yes, sir.
start to wonder who this brother is, how many artists and producers you think that you've done record album and label design for?
Well, I can't really recall all of that now, but I did quite a few, and then I didn't actually work on some of them, but was contacted to assist on some of them, mainly from our friend here, Bagger Case.
Yes.
That's the one that
Home-
sing
Home
Let
Tea
the
for-
Christmas Get You in a Good
From-
Mood,
from
Home T4.
T4, yeah.
Before he separated from Home T, when he used to be the leader of the Home T4, he had a studio by the name of Ink Spot. But he used to do a lot of jammies, what you would call those showcase album that they took a lot of different artists and crammed them on these things.
Yeah.
These albums that you call them showcase albums. So yeah, that a lot of different artists on the one album. And Jammies used to produce a lot of those, like at least sometimes 24, 36 of them. Sometimes him just bring them come there, and then he would call me in to help him take off some of them off him, and then I got my little ones them here and there that come in.
Yes.
So even the one, the brother there that you sing the song with, General Trees, that you sing the song with him, there was a full album with him that you look and you see the skull, like a skull, and the skull had on glasses, and then you look in the two sections of the glasses, you will see the black road with the white line of the road inside with the Ghost Rider.
Yes, I.
When General Tree did the Ghost Rider song there,
Yes.
that album sleeve there. Yeah. That was the concept on that album there, with the face of a skeleton riding a bike. It would be like he was on the bike and was looking, and it's the impression of the road in the two lanes of his of his dark glasses.
Yes, man. They you know we don't know the flex, man. Then that you're talking about my time now.
Yes, your time. That's when you start to sing.
Yeah, you're talking about my time now. So
Yeah.
you've done extensive work in creating recorded label and
Yeah, I did another album.
An album.
I'm 45 labels. I did another 45 labels to another album.
yes.
That was when get a little old now, was like, a full-fledged graphic artist.
Yes.
And they eventually said, no, me become the best in the island, if not the entire Caribbean. So, we not beat with chess. We just give thanks greatly for
there's no doubt about there's no doubt about
if
that.
God give us and bless us.
There's no doubt about that. Yeah.
Yeah, which me had to change it at a later date to become a computer person now. And I started to do some design on the computer too. This is another album too, and using the computer and that manual, product labels and stuff like that, as you know.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
but we did extensive work, playing the sound too, and knowing the music as well.
absolutely, yeah. Because I wanna say something that I remember watching you play sound.
Yes.
As a youth,
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching you play sound as a youth. And I can still remember the artists them and the kind of songs that you used to play back then and
all right.
yeah and I gave them I think I've shared my stories right here before about me going over Mr. Black Bar and standing by the door and try to get a couple of songs selected on the jukebox. And,
Yes.
and they used to run us out of the bar, just like how they used to run you out of dance back then. They used to chase out of the bar, right? The thing that the thing that I got going for me, I got like two brothers that who hang out there. So I got Romeo, and then I got you as my adopted brother. And
Yes.
and when you talk is your word is law.
Yeah, at them time, me run things.
Or when you talk, your word is law. And if you said load the youth,
Yes.
maybe the youth go select a tune, man. I just jump over there with my
Yes.
with my $10, my 10 cents and drop it into that. And
Yeah.
I select my
Even though I was still younger than them,
Yes.
but you were still younger than me.
Exactly.
I was the youngest one of them.
Exactly.
Out of all of them.
Exactly. So when I select my two songs that I want, I always select one song for the big man them, because this is where like I just say you pick up the backland thing. I select a song for the big man them, and
Yes, that's true.
yes, and they would love the song that I select. So after a while, they just leave me alone when I come by the bar to drop my 10 cents, and I always
that is true.
I always have money to select music, because that is me trying to select music, out of a jukebox, because you don't have a system where you can select from as a youth, right? And
Yeah, and I was like a teenager at the time. Then these guys was like 21, 22, 23, 24. To Raphael was 27, 28, up to those age.
Yeah.
28, 29. Those guys was much older than me. But whenever time they grew up, because them as me as the person who is the dancer who can also dance more than everybody else. Now, when Saturday and Friday night come and weekends to go to party, if I am not playing this sound and we're going to look for parties, if I am not going, nobody is going, because them talking and playing. If Desmond not coming or going, I am not going. And then when we go to any dance, if that operator is operating the sound and not playing the music, and you hear them start to talk, them say, make me select the sound. I had to go up and select the sound. And then the party come alive. That was another thing again, too, because sometimes these selectors was like deady, and if they're not keeping the party alive, they always ask them and tell them, say, and they make nice, and they have to stop, and they have to give me this sound to play. I play it for the night till when we're ready to come home.
so
That was one of the things, too,
that is-
with them.
that is
We were like a family, though.
Yeah, exactly. That is to say that your knowledge of the music, not because you're not a musician or people don't hear your name like number one and all over the place. And there are a lot of people out there in Jamaica. There's a lot of people out there in Jamaica who have great knowledge of the music and know what's going on in the whole circle of the music.
Yes, yes. And I don't say Radigan has done anything that should warrant this controversy that is building up on the internet about this dubplate thing. Because what he said, I see Radigan only said that he even have dubplate that he requested that they didn't actually put anything in the dubplate that would actually be calling any sound name and anything derogative or devious about any particular sound, but just to identify that it is a dubplate or a special. You know?
Exactly, and they both were saying the same thing. They both were saying the same thing. They're only talking past each other, because Ricky Chupa has his role that he played, and David Radigan has David Radigan has his role that he played, and the fact that he played his role in a different country, in a different culture, that is some huge credit also.
Absolutely.
Because if David Radigan is not the only person, well, he's one of the people who were responsible for bringing some of those King Dubby's sound, dubplate sound back to England. But you still had Coxon and there was another one that they were doing the same thing in England. Channel One went over there later on, but they were bringing all these dubs back to England, and that created a whole sound movement, reggae dancehall movement in England. They call it dub. So Radigan, that could be, I'm sure, like part of the influence for Radigan, and then before he started doing his thing, come to Jamaica and start getting closer to the industry. But he must have heard the influence from somewhere else.
Yeah, but I actually am pleased with the way how he has lifted the culture.
Most definitely. But I don't know, when it comes to Radigan and Ricky Chupa, there is always something going on between those two, between Radigan and Ricky Chupa. Now, for all the people who's asking out there and wondering what are they talking about, we're talking about dub plates, right? So, in my time when Nebula comes around and start doing my thing, I start getting into dub plate culture too. So I'm gonna drop you a dub plate right now from a foundation artist.
This is Iman Rod Taylor from Kingston, Jamaica, alongside Nebula Sound with Selector Sligo, the original Ghost Rider. Big up Vineyard Town, St. Elizabeth, Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto. Flash!
Please, would you mind saying that again?
Ooh, Nebula Sound, I go kill a sound boy. Rastafari, tonight is a burial for them. His Imperial Majesty, Nebula Sound have no mercy. His Imperial Majesty, a sound boy done dead already. Look how long he's beating down many sound boys. Kill them here and everywhere. Killer jumping and don't care. Jah Rastafari, a sound boy dying tonight. Jah Rastafari, tonight is a sound boy funeral. Kill them here, kill them there. Kill them all over the atmosphere.
Any sound test the level of the soft light, cause we keep Jah close in our hearts and minds. Show us the way, go for today. Never let a wicked sound triumph over way. Driving this road for a very long time, and it's easy to say I don't trust mankind, cause him hold the faith and set in his head.
None of the bad, but might in the
Surround we. Idiot some can't go round with.
Them better know the brother Desmond. Them better know. Them better
Yes,
know. Yes, I. Cause go ahead.
But we're gonna say this quickly. My thing is this, you know. From I was such a small toddler, and I see my father had a Grundig stereo there that I could crawl under the 4 foot and come right at the little lower part where he had the little thing there where he balanced the LP, or there's a shorter one that he balanced the 45 on, and he would play his music until I know exactly which music he would play. And as I grow, once he come and he put on one music, then you know that's me.
If you're not playing your father or your big brother's record changer back in those days, you know, you can't be a good selector.
Yeah. So he could just put on one music and just get into his short, his underpants and his marina. And him later, and I would play every music that I know would relax him. You understand? I could play every Ray Charles, every one of the, you know, Martin Robbins or whoever, Brooke Benton, these people to relax. I just know everyone and in which timing to play them, the Benny King them and the whatever. And he had some big record that they used to play on like the 78 speed.
Yeah.
Because the 33 was the LP, you know,
LP,
long playing,
yes,
the LP.
yes.
You know. And then the 45 was the other smaller one.
7
but you had
inches,
one
yeah.
which was like the same size as the LP that used to play on a faster speed, the 78 speed there. But we don't see much of those records. Even as we get older, reach 10, 11, 16, we don't see much of those. Like those phase out.
Can you remember one of the first turntable that you played on? What brand was it?
That no, I can't remember. I would have to like. I can remember how it looked, but the name.
You ever played on a Gerard?
Yes, that's one of them. But there was another one before the Gerard. That should have been the first one. That looked like some box or the other. It looked like a box. The Gerard was a bit more modern.
Yes.
Compared to that one.
The Gerard and then onto the Techniques 1200, yeah.
Yeah, man, and I know Technique. Technique had a lot of chrome features on it. Those were more modern turntable.
Yeah. Philips.
There's another one, man. It looked like a whole box, like a whole carton box.
And what you lift up the top on the cover, and you know, but that was like something like someone had a phone, you know, it was like a styrofoam or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, me know that one. I know that one, but that one now was Grandpa own, and Pa Joe used to have one like that.
Oh yeah, Jamo, man. My big brothers they used to have a styrofoam too, brother. You have some styrofoam. You have some styrofoam where the TV in one side and you play the music on the other side.
That was more modern times,
That
brother.
was modern.
Me talk about when Spanish Town Road, a one little small road, and the banking was so high that one day I went down there and I couldn't come back up. Right, this is a town dual highway now. This was just one little narrow road.
Yes, I.
Because we had a shop and a bar right out there at 299 Spanish Town Road, right facing where AMC is now. And over where AMC is built, you could play 2 football, 3 cricket match, and 4 set of kite flyers could have stay over that open and do interrupt each other. That place was big.
and there wasn't any Majestic Theatre then, eh?
Majestic Theatre?
Yeah.
I would know. I would have been too small. Right up a little bit topside now, I would have known one we call named Deluxe Theatre, right on the upper side of Salada Coffee Company there, so which the store painted it now. That was Deluxe Theatre. Now my father used to put me on his neck and take me into that theatre there.
Yes.
I see people run out of it. When time man point the gun in the direction of the people them. I see people come and get up and run. Boo! Boo! I see people run. But it's too small to know what it was. But me interested, my eyes staring upon the screen. But those time was way back when, man. In time they had guys like Chubby Checker was singing, and Twist, and then something was. You never hear a lot of music except the foreign music.
The sound culture is big all around the world today, and here we are talking about the foundation and the initial stage of I would say the nebulous stage of the music and the sound system, and we're talking about we just went way back here, way back.
Yes.
Way back. And me personally, I don't know. You get disheartened sometimes because I don't really like sometimes the direction that the not even the sound culture or even the clash culture. A lot of people is asking me, sorry, why am I not clashing again? Yeah. Why are you not clashing? And I got many reasons for that. It depends on what you're clashing and who you're clashing and where you're clashing and
right.
How much you get paid to clash and all of that because there is so much deviation about sound clash nowadays that different generation and different audience and it's so I'm not sure about what's going on with sound clash. Still big, still supported and there's still a lot of fans out there for it, but me personally, I mean, it's not like when you and I used to go to Sound Clash.
That is right. But one of the things, it has been there, as I told you, from way back when, because that was one of the reasons why I tell you, say, 2 of the founding fathers eventually had to leave it, who did not have the stomach for it, because, as I told you, Duke Reid and Coxon that was at it with them strength of enforcers, and that was and I guess Sebastian, the great Sebastian, Tom the great Sebastian and V. Edward, the King Edward. That was why these people eventually leave it to these people who had the guts to, stand up and create this thing, and that was where this thing came from with Derek Morgan and Prince
Buster. Yes. A lot of people don't know it, that the Clash songs, all of those hit songs that they did become Clash songs because they were singing for different sounds. Prince Buster was he did what was the Prince Buster Clash song again? Because I know Derek Morgan. I know Derek Morgan.
Prince Buster was.
Go ahead.
Prince Buster was actually a bouncer, He was a bouncer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a bouncer. And then there was another one that Duke Reid had to, and Prince Buster was also a boxer. That was why he used to, manhandle people. Now, what really happened there? They had this going on between Derek Morgan and Prince Buster about who stole his belonging and give to a Chinaman. That was when Kong came in.
Yes.
Beverly's, the Beverly's label.
I remember Beverly's label and I remember Kong too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that man used to be Kong, and then now Derek Morgan sang the song for Prince Buster, and Prince Buster didn't want to release it, so him took it over to to Kong and Beverly's release it, and then no Prince Buster threw the word on him. You don't stole my belongings and give to your Chinaman. Are you a Chinaman or a blackhead Chinaman? You understand? And then no, it started. The war started.
Yes.
You must say, when a lion is sleeping, be still, I'm your superior.
Be still.
When a lion is sleeping, don't try to wake him.
Still.
Come back and tell him the shirt you wear, I bought them. The pants you wear, I bought them.
Yes.
Judas Charmer is your name. And it start to go on
and then Derek Morgan answer the whole of them.
Yes.
In the same say you said it. I am the blazing fire.
I am a blazing fire. You said it.
Yeah.
I am a blackhead Chinese man.
Prince Buster, they got to go.
I'm your superior.
Yeah. That's
I'm your superior.
That's a big tune. That is a big tune.
Yeah, big tune.
That's a
big
tune.
bad tune.
I regretted the fact that I did not get the opportunity to cut that song.
To cut that song.
Yes, I regretted the fact because when I planned to do it, I procrastinated a bit and was doing some other things, and then Prince Buster passed away shortly after, and I did regret that up to this day that I did not cut that song. Be still, I am your superior.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's a big song, and don't play it. And whoever played it up to today, you can't stop it. It's always a big song. Well, Brother Desmond.
Yes.
You know, we have so many things that we can talk about and so many topics that we can touch, but the fact of the matter is, we're on time today. All right. So this conversation, hopefully, it was enlightening to a lot of people out there. Get some more understanding and some more knowledge about sound system and which sound was going where and which sound was playing where. And as I said, there is so much sound system there.
So much, there's a lot. I mean, we just really start to scratch the surface because we don't even reach to Dennis Al Capone and film.
Yes, the artists,
El Paso,
King Stitch.
And the next one we don't back to the thing the man. Wolpa sound.
Wolpa sound.
Ken Tone was ruling back Earth Pen.
Ken Tone, yes.
That's the first way the Ken boot Artibella, my pretty. Upon the Ken Tone first, me hear Artibella play now.
Yes. Because the sound thing.
Even before me start to listen King Tubby's. Ken Tone was the sound before King Tubby's.
I didn't know much about Ken Tone. There used to be a lot.
There used
to be a lot of tones.
That was before. That was even when I was in single digit. I was in single digit at the time.
Okay, so it's way before my time. Yes.
A long time, way back that, man.
Yeah. So there's a lot of, and there was a lot of tone in the business. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ken Tone, Tipper Tone. Yeah. You know, Blacker Tone.
Yeah, that comes late.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's lots of tone in the business. Like
it was owned by an Indian man too. That man might eventually have some relation to Supercat because down there there's a lot of Indian was down there, you know.
Cockburn Piniera.
Yeah, Wolpa Indian was down there.
Yeah, Wolpa. Yes.
A lot of Indian.
Then I used to ride over there all the time to go check out Mary Jane and my bridging them from back in the days, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
But over them place to get away, you know.
Yeah.
You have to know what you before you enter those places.
Yes, my brother Desmond. So we're gonna leave it here. We're gonna leave it here because we're going into the third segment of the show, and and we're gonna be playing some music, for the fans, and hopefully they get some enlightenment from the conversation that we have, and I know I do, and I'm definitely gonna have you back so we can continue this conversation at some other time. All right?
Yes, sir.
If there's anybody that you'd like to give shout out to, say hello to out there.
Well, Muda send a shout out to Nebula mother there. Her son and his wife, Del, and her little daughter there, and Robbie and Miss Merle, big up Zanzi, even though he might not tune in same way. You know, I'm much strength to them same way.
Bigness.
Go and send a strength for goalers too, cause you don't know.
Yeah, goalers is feeling the nation, you know, so I say, and you know, goalers, so next time I drop on the end, you know, we're gonna check out goalers and eat up some good food. You see me I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I.
Until then, enough respect to all my spec. This is Riddim Double
Yeah, I
Radio.
live my lad.
Every time. Yes, sir.
All who allow Satan to control them shall feel it.
Kaboom, come on!
All who allow Satan to mislead them shall feel it. Yes. It's been so long I've been wanting to tell you children, all who forget that His majesty exists shall suffer and pay the consequences, 'cause He's the first and the last, the beginning.